Guys, this is GreenWarrior291. I am doing a discussion video with Darkvine right here.
Hello.
And this discussion will be about the entire Kingdom Hearts series. So it will not just be specifically Kingdom Hearts 3, although I think most of the questions are going to be based on that, but besides the point.
It kind of just depends on the answers.
Yeah, it depends on that. Okay, so let's start off. I'll let you start. So the first question is going to be top 3 characters from Kingdom Hearts, Union Cross, or back cover, whatever, whichever that goes before the Keyblade War, all the way till Kingdom Hearts 3, and why.
Okay. Okay. Top 3 favorite characters. I think a lot of people can probably guess the first one. It's gonna be Riku. Uh,
Consider
and Riku.
you like Riku. That's like your favorite character.
Yeah, of course he is. And okay, I actually have a solid reason for liking him. It's honestly because of Kingdom Hearts 1, what he did for Kyrie, Donald, and Goofy.
Oh, when you Ansem.
Yeah, when he just blocked Ansem with nothing but his pure willpower.
That's when he realized he made his mistake.
Yeah, definitely. And then my number 2 character, it's got to be Demix. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, but
Demix
it's
is
got to
funny, but I just hate his boss fight. I hate it so much with a burning passion.
be. Okay, I like Demix because he's hilarious and he is too adorable to be an organization member.
It's more curious how he became part of the organization.
That's a good point. And I also want to know about his background. And then my number 3 character kind of ties in with that too. Luke Sword is my third favorite character,
Oh,
partially
I call
because
him Luxord.
I only just started calling him Luke Sword, and that's because of Kingdom Hearts 3. We finally hear his name said in Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm pretty sure they don't say it any other time except in whatchamacallit, text boxes.
Well, yeah, but they don't say how it's pronounced.
That everybody pronounces it Luke Sword in Kingdom Hearts 3, so I just went with it.
All right, well,
But yeah, like with that reason, like I said, it ties in with the whole I want to know his story because apparently he's from Union Cross too.
they're all from Union Cross.
That's
Well, the ones
that's
that are specifically fighting against Asura.
yeah, very specifically Marluxia, uh, Larxene. I hate her so much that I almost forgot her name. Demix and Luxord. Those are the 4.
And Ventus.
Oh, and Ventus. Yeah, Ventus too.
All right, let's see. I think my top, he will always be the first, Sora, just because he has a way of saving a lot of people and changing them for the better. Also, he's one of the best characters, and I will fight anyone.
Okay, I guess I can understand the first reason, but I'm always for Riku, 100%.
Anyway, second character I like would be Ventus, only because not because he's part of Sora. That kind of makes it unnecessary, and I think it's stupid that he was in Union Cross. But that's my own opinion on that point. Um, I think his character is just interesting. He fights for his friends. Granted, that's what Sora does, but he lost his memory. He had an interesting thing. He still
Good
doesn't
point.
have his memory. That's the thing. He still doesn't have his memory of Union
Truth,
Cross. So
truth.
it'll be interesting once that whole thing is played out.
Yeah.
And then my last favorite character on the top 3 ranking. Oh man, this is gonna be a tough one. It has to be Axel. There is no one else who is like him.
Oh my gosh. Okay, honestly, after Rechain of Memories, I could not stop saying got it memorized to everyone when I was getting irritated with them. And then that started irritating me because I'm like, no, I am not Axel. What is this?
It's funny.
Yeah, it is. He's hard not to accidentally mimic.
Well, he's one of the best. I mean, heck, he has the most thing because he met Ventus, he met Roxas, he met Sora. Heck, his personality is he breaks the fourth wall like in Kingdom Hearts 3.
He does?
Yes, I mean he starts to break the fourth wall if you pay close attention.
I'm gonna have to pay some attention. I'm gonna have to see that in
He
my
he
videos.
breaks the
I'm gonna
fourth
look.
he breaks the fourth wall definitely when he's telling that he got lots of people cheering for him, which would be his fans.
Oh, good point.
And you'll pay attention more when it's in the Keyblade graveyard stuff, and like when they're all together, the Guardians unite.
Yeah, when he's just like, now I gotta explain this to Roxas. Talking about Ventus.
It's more complicated than it has to be.
It really is.
Eh, but oh well. All right, well that answers that. All right, favorite Kingdom Hearts game gameplay wise.
Okay, gameplay wise, hands down, Kingdom Hearts 2.
Mm, I would agree with you, but I think Kingdom Hearts 2 breaks the problem with with the limit drive forms because those things are
I
a
really
little overpowered. Imagine without them and fighting Lingering Will, just doing that. You die.
okay. Honestly, with them, I still have trouble with lingering well.
I beat him only because Final Form's ability to attack even when like flying it helped. But
That is a good point. That is a good point. Final form, that one is definitely overpowered. But all the others, they're decent. They're just decent.
they're not that bad. I mean, they do change the ties because if you're about to die and you get into a drive form, that's it. You probably can dominate the game.
Okay, that is a good point.
But wait, hello, you still there? Hmm. Oops. Why did my call ended? Hold up. Contacting.
That
I got
personally, I think.
I got kicked out. Hold up. I got kicked out.
Oop.
I'm just gonna show this to the viewers. All right. What were you saying before I accidentally kicked myself out?
um, I was saying that Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite gameplay wise because uh, whatchamacallit, it's on that nice middle ground that I think Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 3 don't quite hit. Because Kingdom Hearts 2 isn't too fast gameplay wise like Kingdom Hearts 3 is, but it's also not so slow as Kingdom Hearts 1.
I had
And I
problems with Kingdom
understand.
Hearts 1 only because of the camera. That's it. Everything else was
Okay,
fine,
yeah.
but the camera kept messing me up.
Yeah, the camera was a bit irritating.
Uh, I know that you. Uh, wait, hold up. Who's in the chat right now? I just gotta make sure. Yeah, someone else. Okay, whatever. I'm not even gonna bother. Um, no, the one thing you guys don't like is Rechain of Memories.
Mhm.
That is, I would say that's my favorite, but I don't think it's like the best because I do have problems with it. Because if I run out of cards, that's it. You're done. You're legit done.
Yeah, unless you can somehow dodge and get your cards back at the same time.
Well, no, because say like for example, when I'm fighting Wonderland's annoying boss,
Oh, I
uh,
hate that thing.
although I am doing videos on Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories, I haven't gone there yet. No, when I first played
Mm.
it, I had one card left, and you don't want to believe what number I had.
It was one, wasn't it?
Nope, it was a two.
It
but
was
close.
still bad.
It's still
Still
bad. I
bad.
know. So it sucked. I had to let myself die because I couldn't really do anything. No, the problem with that game is if you don't level up your like card deck, you could easily be demolished.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I hate Riku's part because it's annoying. You literally level up only one card per level up, and it won't even let you. It sometimes won't even let you, and that annoys me. But if I was to say what had the best gameplay, or my favorite will probably be Rechain because as much as I hate it, it actually makes you think and be more strategic. Although you could say the argument for the others, but the others is just attack, attack, and if you need to heal, heal. That's the only real strategy.
Actually, I have seen a few places in the other games where you really need strategy and not just hit, hit, heal.
Eh, I guess, but that's when it comes down to our favorites. The best one that is a little bit more different. Okay, favorite Kingdom Hearts game story wise now. Mm,
Okay. Story wise, I gotta say one, just because A, that was the very beginning, and B,
the plot was
uh,
not so confusing. You could follow it easily. It wasn't
yeah,
so convoluted.
the plot of Kingdom Hearts 1 was straightforward. You fight Maleficent, and then suddenly you find out that there's this other big bad that kind of tricked Maleficent into helping him.
Yeah, I gotta say, my favorite is Kingdom Hearts 1, just because it is literally original. It would, like you said, simple and clean, like the song.
Ha.
But I mean, I love all the other ones except for Union Cross for some reasons, and then Dream Drop Distance. Time travel sort of broke everything.
But you gotta admit they did explain it pretty dang well.
No, they didn't. I
Oh,
still
come on.
I don't like time travel. It messes up a bunch of stuff, which I gotta say I was happy that it wasn't killing young Xehanort to beat him, because that would have probably annoyed the living hell out of me.
Yeah, good point.
But no, I still don't like the time travel aspects. I think that's kind of it's too much. It already complicates the thing a little too much. And it's like he planned it from the very beginning. He expected every single detail to happen exactly how it was. That's convoluted.
I mean, if you think about it, it can be simplified as he went back and found himself all these different times, and in going back in time, he learned what was happening, what was going to happen, and
Yeah, but he would have prevented Sora from interfering multiple times.
how do you know he didn't want Sora to interfere?
That is the problem. Sora if he didn't interfere, his plan would have happened earlier.
That is actually, it's not necessarily true. Someone else could have popped up,
Exactly. And you still
like
have the
Axel.
possibility of time travel. Like you can still go back in time and still fix everything. It's like with Sora when they were all defeated in Kingdom Hearts 3. Guess what? They time traveled. Although it's stupid that every event happened again the same. It was until Lingering Will pops up,
Yeah, I was about to say lingering will.
but it still makes the problem that he should have seen that coming, and it would have been, like I said, time travel. You have the ability to fix everything. It's just plot. At that point, it just becomes plot.
That is a good point. That is
But,
a good point.
but back to the question. No, I agree with you. The first one, when it comes down to story wise, it's actually one of the best. It's like you said, it's simple. It's good to follow, and it's interesting, and it pushes
Yes,
the characters to
it's
their limits.
yeah, and it's definitely 100% the best introduction to the series. I admit, I'm personally one of those who will recommend going by the story timeline rather than how the games were released.
Yep.
Um,
Just
just because for me, that helps me actually understand what is going on and why I need to think of things this way or that way.
yep. All right. Next question. Which is your was the best slash favorite boss? Which boss was? Now by this, it can be literally any Kingdom Hearts game. Or,
Okay, my
or do you wanna
favorite.
do it per Kingdom Hearts game? All together or per Kingdom Hearts game? Because either one works.
I think it'd be easier for both of us if we just did it for the whole thing.
Whole thing. Dang, that might take me a little longer to think, but yeah, alright, go first. You probably have something in mind.
Yeah, okay, so my favorite boss out of all the games, and again, probably gonna get so much hate for this, um, it has to be Xemnas in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Um First fight, second fight, dragon fight, or last fight?
Last fight, where he's in that white and black
No, that's
coat and
actually one of the boss fights that people praise the most.
okay, so maybe I'm not gonna get so much hate.
No, I mean, I don't think that's the most hated boss fight. I mean, the most hated bosses are usually either in 358/2, or that's it really. 358/2 has the worst bosses in
It
existence.
really does. It really does. Although I
I
would argue that my least favorite boss is in a different game.
We'll get to that, but
Yeah, we'll
no,
we'll get to
my favorite although it's funny because you chose Zemnis, my favorite is Ansem, like the final boss in this big stupid big dragon world thing.
the World of Chaos.
Yeah, whatever it's called. It's still pretty cool because Donald and Goofy get captured and you're on your own holding him off, and then you save Donald and Goofy before taking him on one last time.
That is good. I actually didn't say my reason for liking the final Xemnas in Kingdom Hearts 2.
I love that fight only because at the very end, when both Rika and Sara are doing that whole deflection thing together, and the cutscene
Yeah,
that
I
follows it.
do like all that, but my main thing is just that the mechanics and the flow of the battle are just so beautiful. It's hard to not it for me it was hard not to just enjoy the beauty of the battle itself.
Yeah,
And
that
just
battle. The only the first time I played it with Data's Hemness, I got super triggered because he would always, I will always be in low health, and I'd get captured, and I'd have to play as Riku. But the problem is, he takes my health so fast. I don't have enough time to get to Sora.
yeah, that was a little bit annoying, but I still love the battle.
Nah, the battle was fine. I just, I mean, that actually was a fine battle. Both of them had the best battles, and then Xehanort, which he only had two, which was,
Yeah.
I think, of a downgrade, but
Mm.
not super bad. All right, top three hardest bosses. By hardest bosses, the ones you really had trouble. This can include secret bosses and all those fun stuff.
Okay, for me, and this yeah, this is going to be in no particular order because I still haven't beaten them yet. Uh, it's got to be Lingering Will, um, Kingdom Hearts 1 Sephiroth,
Oh boy.
and let's see, the last one. Um, what's his name? Uh, whatever they call young Xehanort in Birth by Sleep.
He's just mysterious man.
Okay, yeah, the mysterious man in Birth by Sleep. So
Okay,
those three
screw
in no
him.
particular order.
Screw all the secret bosses in Birth by Sleep, because obviously we tried Lingering Will Vanitas and he sucks.
Oh my gosh, he has so little health. I
And he's
can't
still
hit
yet
him.
overpowered. I mean, I put him in the
I can't
hardest category,
hit
but
him.
I mean, he is hard, so he has to be in my top three. So yeah, he's one of them. I haven't fought
Okay, yeah, I can agree to that.
young Xehanort, so I can't really put him on the top three for me because I haven't even played against him yet. So that I can't
Yeah,
really
I
count.
mean, like, I played against him on somebody else's game, and oh, that was painful.
Oh no, if you don't use a specific ability, you can't beat him really.
Oh no, that means my friend did not have said a specific ability. At least not on Terra.
Oh no, Terra, you're screwed no matter what. But All right.
Oh,
Hard. Then the second one. This is no particular order. It has to be the tricks master. Not on any other game because I can still beat him. Fair enough. Even in stupid rechain of memories. In 358/2. There's two of them, and if you don't
okay,
kill
yeah,
both of
that
them,
was really annoying.
if you don't kill both of them at the same like around the same time, the other one will spawn and both get full health, and it got me so infuriated because I had to do it
Yeah,
so many times, and it
I
infuriated
remember
me.
having a lot of trouble in that battle.
And then the last one, I I don't hate. I think this one's hard. It it has to be lingering well, only because I hate Sephiroth, which we're going to the next thing. But he wasn't that hard if you paid attention to his moveset. His moveset was very predictable, so it wasn't super hard. It's just when he does this
I'll give
when
you
he
that.
does the Angel of Death thing, and you can still sort of survive that. Even in the first one, I did have trouble, but it's just more paying attention to his attacks. It's just lingering will. He's unpredictable. You don't know what his attacks are gonna be. That's the
That's
only
definitely
issue.
true.
That's the only issue with lingering will. Because the
Yeah,
one time he literally
and if
shot me
you
with an arrow right at the beginning. I'm like, well, I'm screwed already. And then
yeah, and if you actually like look and observe lingering will, he doesn't give you but 1 or 2 seconds of warning. Sephiroth at least gives you like 5 seconds.
unless I'm
To
flying
prepare for the
around
attack.
with a final form, which it's able to block that attack. You really don't have a lot of time to react. It's only when he does a certain attack and he stands there, he only gives you like 5 seconds ish to fight, but he's still
Yeah,
a
that's
pain in the
true.
butt.
Yeah,
He's
although
hard.
if you use a certain method, you can do nothing but flinch him and you can defeat him. I have
The cheese
yet to
method,
perfect this. Yep, the cheese method.
I don't know about that, but yeah,
Yeah,
that would work.
yeah,
Um,
I've actually seen someone completely annihilate the lingering will just with the cheese method. And
not
the lingering will
surprised.
literally had no chance to attack at all.
All right, three top three bosses hate. Oh boy, let me go first because I got goods. First one has to be Demix. I hate his stupid
Oh,
boss. It's annoying. It's a stupid
that's why.
water things. I hate it more in the data battle because in the video itself, I literally got fed up the second time that I died with Kingdom Key, that I was forced to use Ultimate Weapon just to beat him. I got super pissed because of that. Because it's 99 of them and under like a very small amount of time. And the moment I ran out of magic, I'm like, well, I'm screwed already. So, but brace of death, here I come. It's not as bad as Marluxia, where you can still survive it,
Yeah.
but I just don't like Demix's little thing. Next, I hate that one where you're flying in Neverland against that no, what's it called? The 358/2.
Oh, yeah, that thing. The
That that
treasure bird thingy.
that thing's horrible.
I completely agree.
And last one, it is no surprise. It is both Sephiroth's fights because he's a chip. I hate him. I hate him. He's cheap. His first one is stupid that he has a what's it called? That shield, that invisible health. It's very stupid.
Yeah,
But the second one, it's just he uses that angel thing and a bunch of ridiculous attacks, and it's just annoying.
so true. But yeah, with my most hated bosses. Hello?
I'm
Still
still
there?
here. I'm still here. I'm still
Okay.
here. I'm just listening.
Okay, yeah. So my three most hated bosses, there's a reason why I didn't include Vanitas in my top most difficult bosses. Uh,
You
it,
mean Lingering Will Vanitas?
well, yeah, Lingering Will Vanitas. Yeah, the reason I didn't. include him in the top hardest is because I hate him so much. Because I mean, come on, you don't have a chance to hit him in the first several minutes of the battle, and you just have to dodge after dodge after dodge.
Oh my god. Yes, I will say I despise him, but I've only played him like 2 times and gave up. But
Yeah,
no, if I played more, I probably would have put him at one of the top 3 hated. He's just
yeah,
hard.
but yeah, and then my next most hated boss, uh, hmm, I gotta say Sephiroth from Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm just gonna say Sephiroth from Kingdom Hearts 2 exclusively because it took me nearly 5 months to beat him.
There's a funny story when it comes down to me versus Sephiroth, at least in Kingdom Hearts 2. I think I spent fighting him for 4 hours and constantly had to delete a bunch of videos because not like I recorded long videos. No, I had to delete pieces of videos because I kept doing it and doing it. And yeah, my brother had to come in and calm me down because I was getting fed up.
Honestly, like I got so mad, but uh that 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 game was just that whole not game. That whole fight was just annoying. And then my last the last of my three most hated bosses has to be Kingdom Hearts 2 Data Battle Roxas.
Kingdom Hearts 2 Data Battle Roxas. I mean, I don't think I ever had trouble with him because I always love this fight. It's fun and entertaining, and if you just pay attention to his fighting style, you can survive. Especially with limit form. I think if that wasn't in the game, that I would have lost a lot.
Yeah, I admit I lost a ton against him. I used limit form, I used valor form, I used wisdom form. Wisdom form is completely useless. Not even gonna no.
I don't think I usually the only time I use wisdom form was against Demix's second fight, not the data battle one, but the second one, just to get him off my back and just shoot him from long distance. That's the only
Yeah.
time that I ever used it. That and whenever I ran out of chances to use a final form, I used uh, that form, which was useful for only that moment.
Yeah, I mean like I think I used master form or final form to beat the original Roxas fight in Kingdom Hearts 2. I still have yet to beat the Roxas fight or the Roxas data battle. I have yet to beat that.
All right. Well, I'm not going on a rant just yet because I am at a calm state. All right. Next up, best villain overall. What I mean by this is like the all out of all the games, best villain.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
for their specific game. Like for Birth by Sleep, that probably would be between Vanitas and Xehanort, which would be a little like you could count them as both in one. And then Kingdom Hearts 3 would be Xehanort, Kingdom Hearts 2 Xemnas, Kingdom Hearts 1 Ansem, like that, like each one. Although Kingdom Hearts Union Cross would really be the villain, no one.
Okay, Kingdom
So
Hearts Union Cross, there pretty much is no villain at this point. Everyone hates everyone. Everyone loves everybody in their own union. It's just confusing and a mess.
so yeah, we're not we're excluding that one because there's no real villain
Yet.
yet.
Um,
Well, I have a feeling it's the one who's Brain. It's probably gonna be Brain, but
it's gonna be Brain.
if not Luciu, which we'll get
Yeah,
to
if not,
him. We'll get to that
we
argument.
will definitely get to Lushu.
All right. For me, it has to be Xehanort. Kingdom Hearts 3 and Xehanort. He has everything in motion, and it took the power of friendship to beat him, to prove that light can prevail. No, wait. Darkness will not prevail, and light will not expire.
Yeah.
And
I
plus,
mean,
he
light
literally
did
did.
prevail.
He was shown at the very end, which, yeah, not all the time it's good, but hey, they did that with Handsome, sort of. He was probably like 3/4 of the way when he was appeared, but
Yeah.
that's not bad. Xehanort has been a massive threat, and only in his own game that you fight him, he managed to prove to be a worthy challenge.
Yeah. Can I just say like my uh favorite villain overall?
Yeah,
Okay, so just overall, over the entire series,
yep.
for me, the best villain has got to be. I know people are gonna hate me for this just because of some of the stuff that's come out in Union Cross, but Marluxia.
Okay, go for it.
Marlu- Marluxia for me is the best villain because at first I hated him, but now I know why I shouldn't hate him. And
Okay,
I now have the
I'm not gonna argue
reason.
with you on that. That makes sense when it comes up to his character, but screw his final boss fight. Screw it with.
Okay, yeah. Screw
I
that fight.
hate it so much. Even when I first played it, it took me probably 3 months to beat him, and it was annoying. So yes, I'm probably a little triggered, but I'll be fine. It's just it was such horribleness.
Yeah, but I like him because, like I said, he's got a solid story going for him. And, I mean, come on. He lost his sister. By the way, spoilers for people who don't know this.
Eh, they should know by this point.
Yeah, at least if they pay any attention to Union Cross.
But no, that makes sense. I mean, it's your favorite character. He has a more compelling story, but I think Xehanort deserves to be the best. Just because he set everything up. Granted, the Master of Masters is the one who set it up, which we'll get to him eventually. But
Yeah, but the Master of Masters isn't exactly a villain at this point. He's kind of just, eh.
he's a villain, and I'll explain when we get to that point in a moment. But when it comes down to who's the best, Xehanort did had everything go into motion because he got Aqua, Ven, and Terra to suffer worse fates. He got Riku to kind of sort of conflict with himself. He definitely separated the Destiny Trio gang. He
Oh,
caused
sure.
Xion's existence to be destroyed. Granted, that was his nobody, but still sort of him.
Yeah.
No,
He ruined Axel and Roxas's lives.
he ruined a bunch of lives.
He
Although the
ruined so many
his end
lives.
was a
Although
bit anticlimactic, a bit.
his what?
His ending, like it's like he's a good guy,
Nah.
sort of.
Okay, no, I gotta say that ending was satisfying. I gotta say that was satisfying because he was doing the wrong things for the right reasons, and he really showed that. And the fact that he ended up disappearing as Ericus's best friend, that just drove the point home to me. That just drove the point home.
It did.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
he wasn't trying to be extremely evil. He was trying to use darkness to create a new and better world.
I mean, he did. I'll give it that. All right. This question is gonna get both of us to bump heads like we did last time. Not recorded anyway. Uh, who was the traitor? Back cover.
I'm
All right. You want to go first or should I?
gonna go ahead and go first
All right.
because I
Before we
have
go first,
so many good reasons.
this is how we're gonna do this one. I'll let you speak with your ideas and your thoughts and theories on that, because I don't think they've explained that yet. And then when you're done, I'll explain who I think it is, and then we'll start our little argument. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right, go ahead. You go first.
Okay, I think the traitor is Lushu because yes, the Master of Masters is included in the pool of characters available for that title of traitor. But Kingdom Hearts, just Kingdom Hearts 3. Just Kingdom Hearts 3.
Wait, what else? Is that all?
That's what I'm going to leave it at for the moment.
Because
When
you're
we get
gonna
into the
use it
actual
as
argument.
your argument. No
When we get
wonder.
when we get to the actual butting heads, then I'll explain the rest of my argument just a little bit better.
All right, all right. Um, I say, which you know who I'm gonna say. I say it's the Master of Masters. I say there was never a traitor, and if there really was, it'd be him. For the sake that he set everything up. He didn't tell anyone of the other person's role. Well, unless it was the guy with the. I keep forgetting. Gula? I think it's Gula with a page.
Gula is leopard,
Yeah,
and
so
he had the
I
page. Yeah.
understand his point though. It's like, yeah, if he told at least him all of the roles, then he can find out who's the traitor. That's fair enough and better. But he basically gave everyone a role that was not good. For a said he wanted to be leader. He definitely wanted to be leader. And the master said, if who was the leader at the moment, the unicorn
Ira.
guy, if he wasn't doing well, he should take charge. What do you think that means? Overthrowing someone else, which would cause conflict. Like, he set everything up. Hell, I would not be surprised if he was the one that we have to beat, because he's the reason everything's going downhill, why the first Keyblade War happened and all this and that. Alright, let's start the arguments now. Who goes
Uh,
first?
uh, I think I'll go first because you did a pretty much better explanation of your own argument. Um, but so I'm gonna disagree with the Master of Masters thing because Lushu is the only one who we actually know is marked with the recusant sigil, which is the X. And if you listen in back cover, then you hear Gula mention to Ava the recusant sigil. If you go into Dream Drop Distance HD, then and you go into the glossary and look at the entry for the recusant sigil, it says that the X can be in the name of the character.
Wait, where?
If you go into, I'm not sure if it's in the original Dream Drop Distance, but in Dream Drop Distance HD, if you go into the glossary, pull up the recusant sigil, which I don't think you get until after the Xemnas battle on Sora. Uh,
Okay,
it
well,
actually
let me see if
says,
it's showing. Okay, it should be showing. For those of you who are watching, I just went to Google and just did this just to show. Yeah, the reclusive the sigil is right here. It is showing in an actual square in X, a sort of weird looking X with a heart.
what?
No, because in the zipper, that big giant zipper, he has like that little X thing that, and then there's like a little
Okay,
heart right there. If that's the requisite sigil, that's. Let me see if I can find the Master of Masters. No, this one's blurry. Here, let's see if I can continue to find it. No, okay, continue on. You continue on.
yeah, but uh, well, going to the heart thing that you're talking about on the zippers, I don't think that plays in because it has that heart. And yes, the unversed, nobodies, and heartless all have both the heart shape and the X somewhere marked on or in or around that heart. It's still more convincing to me if it's larger on the body or just right in the middle of the name, where it is in Lushu's name. And we also don't know the Master of Masters' real name, so we can't really judge him based on that whole thing. Um, and then also Lushu just did a plain villain thing, switching bodies every chance he got.
Hmm. I mean, he was instructed, which then again goes to the same point. He was instructed by the Master of Masters to do this task, which makes the Master of Masters evil because he let his own apprentice be the one to do a task that is evil.
Well, the task itself was take No Name through time and just watch over everything, have No Name see the events unfolding and guard the box.
Well,
That's not evil in and of itself. Those two things are just they're just things. They're just commands. And like I think that Lushu,
Lushu's necklace. I'm looking at a picture, which his necklace thing is the sigil of the Unverse.
yet another reason to think that Lushu is gonna be the big bad.
He's not going to be the big bad. It's going to be the Master of Masters. He's the leader of everything. Heck,
Okay,
he can beat Lucio without trying.
that is true. But I think the Master of Masters is just kind of gonna be chilling. I feel like Lucia's gonna summon him back, and the Master of Masters is just gonna be like, huh? What? Oh, okay. Go have fun, guys.
Now that'd be too weird and convenient. No,
But
I
then
think
why is the goat symbol in the middle of. Okay, you know what? That's a bad argument. Never mind. Just ignore that.
because the ghost symbol's supposed to refer to the Master of Masters.
It could still refer to Lucio. You
How?
gotta admit,
Lucio has
it
its
could refer
own.
to either of them. It could refer to either of them. And if you think about it, um, the Master of Masters passed on No Name, which was basically passing on the goat symbol. So yes, the goat symbol could still refer to the Master of Masters, but it could also refer to Lucio. There's really no telling at this point in time.
Hmm. All right. Let me just make this argument then. If Lucio is the traitor, wouldn't the Master of Masters know? He is the one that wrote the book of prophecies.
That is true. But the Master of Masters did know exactly who the traitor was, or else he wouldn't have put that there's a traitor into the book.
Okay, fair enough. But if
And
the
that is another reason why I don't think the Master of Masters is the traitor, because why would he put that there's a traitor into the book that he wrote if he
to
was the
make sure that
traitor?
the others make sure that the Keyblade War is initiated. If there was no traitor, none of them would have distrust each other.
Good point.
Think about it. If they didn't heard that there was a traitor, none of them would have distrusted each other. They would have just continued to collect Lux.
That is pretty darn true. That I will give you that.
So in that grand scheme of things, it could just be the Masters being the one that caused everything.
And the Master of Masters could be like 8 times the troll that Lucio is.
Yeah, it'd be surprising if he was Lucio all along. That would be another twist of a twist.
See, I still think that it would be very, very much not a twist if Lucio ends up being the traitor all along. Because I
No,
mean,
I
he's
say
kind
if
of
Lucio's the
acting like a
Master of
traitor.
Masters in disguise.
But wait, how would that work?
I know it'd be one of the greatest twists ever. Well,
How would that work? But we saw them in back covers, separate people. Lucio is like 2 feet shorter than the Master of Masters.
yeah, but he grew. But anyway, okay.
That is true. He is now Zigbar.
But that, I mean, it would not make sense story wise. It'd be more of a troll.
It would make sense story wise.
I meant, never mind.
No. If you think about it, because it said in the secret reports in Kingdom Hearts 3 that Lucio was switching between bodies to keep himself alive, kind of like one of my characters that I created did. But whatever, we'll get into that discussion another day. Um, it could easily be that the Master of Masters put his heart into Lucio's body, destroying Lucio's heart in the process, and then just kept doing that. So the whole thing about Lucio being the Master of Masters all along would not be too far fetched.
What if he is his own master? That would be interesting. I mean, they already added the dumb time travel thing.
True. Yeah, we should probably get into the next thing before we get into too much.
You know, we'll save this for another
Because
video. We'll save the whole
yeah, yeah, I
theory
feel
on
like that's
that.
gonna take
That's
a
a good
little
theory.
too long.
I'll write it down somewhere. Okay, so favorite Union leader pre Keyblade War.
Okay, you know my favorite Keyblade leader. It's a Sed. 100% go Ursus. And my reasoning is okay. My original reasoning for liking a Sed is because A, he's a bear and bears are cool, and B, his symbol out of all of the other Union symbols was the one that looked the most neutral to me.
Hmm. I don't know if it's neutral, but fair enough.
I mean, like, he himself is not exactly neutral, but I'm just saying the way his symbol looked. Ava's looked very much bright, happy, light, that kind of stuff. Ira's freaking unicorn. I mean, come on, unicorn. And then Envy and Gula, they both had very dark looking symbols for their unions. Aced, his symbol looked pretty neutral, if you ask me.
Yeah, it is pretty neutral.
Yeah, but then my current reasoning behind liking Aced is because he has such a deep character. Yeah, he's an idiot. He can be an idiot sometimes, but he really wants the best for everyone. And he'll he'll do what he can to make sure everyone is safe. He is that big teddy bear that everybody needs.
Hmm, fair enough. Mine is honestly Ava. She's kind. She actually follows the rules and all, but she had a confliction when she heard what her role was. She showed humanity and stuff.
Yeah. And she's also basically a useful Kyrie.
I don't think she's Kyrie level. Kyrie is special, which
Kyrie's useless.
she is not useless. Not her fault
She
that she
did
was useless.
nothing.
She just happened to be the weakest link.
She did
She
nothing.
fought. We'll go with
Barely.
that. Oh no, you can't say she was useless. She's the reason Sora didn't fall to darkness again.
Okay. Good point. And
Everyone
she's
keeps
also
forgetting.
she's also the reason Naminé appeared in the first place,
And the
creating
reason
home.
why Kingdom Hearts exists, because without it, without her, let's be honest, Sora and Riku would have never actually done much.
Good point. But
All
other
right,
than that,
I didn't put this in the list of questions, but I'm just gonna add it. Favorite ship,
favorite what?
shipping. Which one?
Favorite ship?
Who do you ship the most? I'll
Okay,
go
that
first.
should be obvious. Oh,
Sorry,
go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
have to go on. This is my rant time. Sora and Kyrie, and they deserve to kiss, which is the most stupidest thing that they never got a chance to kiss. Sharing a Palpu fruit is okay, but it wasn't kissing level. They deserve to be together because Sora has shown that he does love Kairi in both Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. 1, he literally sacrificed himself to put Kairi's heart. He found his way because of Kairi back to human form. Uh, Hell, I think he worried more about Kairi than Riku.
I
And
mean,
Kingdom
except in
Hearts
Kingdom Hearts
2,
2, because
it
he actually
showed
cried
it,
when
it,
he.
it showed the best thing ever, Sora dancing with Kairi in his own imagination.
Okay, yeah,
Come on, that's
but
an indicator that he likes
true,
her.
but true. And I honestly got to agree with you on that ship. That is the number one ship. I do not think anyone has any reason to disagree unless they read the Kingdom Hearts novels.
Okay, I haven't read the novels yet. I will eventually, but I
Okay,
mean,
honestly, it's none of it is canon. I promise you. Let me just pull out the novel that I have right here and read the quote that I'm talking about. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to find this thing. It's really just a quote. The worst quote.
huh.
I swear it's in here somewhere.
Yeah, you'll
Uh,
get there. But you said your Sora and Kairi ship is like the big one.
yes, Sora and Kairi ship is the big one, and this ship that I'm about to talk about is like my rant ship. I do not like this one. This one will never be one that I agree with.
Which one? Just say it.
I'm trying to find it. I can't remember it exactly. Where is it?
Eh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, basically Riku says something kind of awesome, and Sora's heart starts racing. And now that I'm looking back at just the first few pages of the novel, there's some serious hinting that the author was doing at Riku X Sora.
Sadly, that will not. I mean, it's not a bad. I'm not saying that ship is horrible. Blah blah blah. It's just not fitting for the characters.
It really isn't, because
So I
Sora
mean,
and Riku are
Sora has
friends.
shown more that he likes Kyrie. Hell, they even held hands when they were going into the light together. They've done a lot more together. Granted, Kyrie becomes a damsel in distress many times, but it is still the main thing that will eventually bloom into a relationship. Sora and Rico are more like brothers.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we can go to the next question. Best
Yeah.
final boss and then worst final boss. And by final boss, it can be referred to um all the games like that you have played. Which one was your best final boss, and which one did you was the worst? That the gameplay was kind of off or something like that. Like it just didn't felt natural.
Okay, best final boss. I'm just gonna go right back to that other question and say had to be Xemnas. The final part in Xemnas's battle in Kingdom Hearts 2. Had to be.
I would say Ansem, but for final boss, I would say Ventus versus Vanitas. At one of the best moments, considering that Ventus knows destroying the X Blade would destroy his own heart, but he still didn't care. They
Yeah,
had a lot
and
of
that
stakes.
one quote that Ventus says when Vanitas tells him, "It's all about your friends."
At least I have some.
Yes, that is like the biggest burn in all of Kingdom Hearts.
Nah, young Xehanort got roasted worse.
Okay, honestly, Vanitas gets the butt end of all the worst things. Just Monstropolis.
All right, yeah, I gotta agree with you there. That one was too funny to forget. As for the
Yeah,
worst, uh, reach I want to say Rechain of Memories only because I hate that stupid because there's that one part where if you don't hurry up, you instantly die in a certain card match.
true.
But I don't know. I'm gonna have to. Uh, I don't know. I think the only one I would say is the worst really is Roxas versus Riku on 35802. It was a good fight, but it's just the problem is it felt very normal. It's like a
Yeah.
1v1 with a friend. It felt like that. It felt like a unique fight. If Shion was the final boss, it'd be a whole different story though.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the worst final boss had to be that annoying uh nightmare version of Ventus's armor in Dream Drop Distance.
I don't know
That
about
was
that. I might change it to
it was
Aqua in
so
the and
lame.
eh, I guess, but as I said, it had some stake to it.
Yeah. I really did not enjoy that boss. It just I couldn't.
I think the boss I hate the most really is the Birth by Sleep 0.2. The stupid creature heartless thing.
Hmm.
I just don't like it. Okay, next question. Top three favorite keyblades.
Huh. Okay, well I gotta put Fenrir at the top. Just because come on, it's Fenrir. Um and I know a lot of people are gonna be surprised by that. I promise the more expected one is my number two. But for my number one Keyblade, it has to be Fenrir because uh, it's just got the best stats, in my opinion, besides the Ultima Weapon, of course. The Ultima Weapon is just too overpowered. Um,
As it should be.
True, but as far as non Ultima Keyblades go, Fenrir 100% is my number one. My number two is Metal Chocobo. Because, I am pretty much the real life Chocobo.
Intriguing. And then, wait, that's two, right? Or three?
That's two. My number three would have to be just Kingdom Key, because it's there all the time. It's the first Keyblade, and you can't get much better than simple and clean.
You added the little joke into it. All right. Well, for me, it's going to be three has to be that new Keyblade you get like if you pre-order the game and stuff for this the Star Seeker. Only for this one reason alone. If you have the game on Xbox, it has the Xbox colors, and if you have a PS4, it has the PlayStation colors. It is so unique, and that makes it cool. The second Keyblade I like has to be not Oblivion, Oath Keeper or Oath Keep. I don't know how to. Yeah,
Oathkeeper?
Oath Keeper. I'm trying to make sure I said it right. Yeah, that one has a unique design, and
Yeah, Oathkeeper is really just great.
number one will always be, and nothing will change my mind. Kingdom Key. It literally is the best designed Keyblade, and the first one you ever see in Kingdom Hearts. Really, hell, the X
I
Blade
would make
has
my
two
joke.
Kingdom Keys.
Yeah, and I would make my joke again, but I'm gonna be nice and not make that same joke two times about the exact same thing.
All right. Best thing about Kingdom Hearts as a series. Well, its story. It's honestly has one of the most. It feels like a movie type story where if you watch all the side stuff, you're so connected into the stuff into the game. Fear otherwise you'd be confused as hell. Which is also its worst thing, which is the next question, because the story itself can be too convoluted and too complicated.
Yeah, that is true. For me, the best thing about Kingdom Hearts as a whole is the characters. I'm gonna go with the characters because they just, not excluding the Final Fantasy and Disney characters, the original characters from the Kingdom Hearts series, they all have deep stories and they feel real. They feel like people who could live in today's world.
Wait, you're gonna have to elaborate. Give an example.
Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and go straight to Ventus, because that one for me would be the easiest. Um, with Ventus, yeah, he is literally battling with the darkness inside. Everyone does that. Um, and he's still so upbeat and happy because he doesn't want anything to drag him down from that happiness. And I gotta admit, I'm pretty much the exact same way. Uh, I, I I battle with myself all the time, and I still put on a smile because everyone needs a smile.
Intriguing.
Yeah,
What
and then if you want something a bit more, um, even more realistic that more people could relate to,
Riku?
Riku, Terra, um, Axel, even they they
He's
not
comic
only
relief even when things are like not going as well.
that is true, but with Riku, definitely he didn't battle with the darkness inside. He accepted it. And people in this world, there are people who accept the darkness inside them and they just roll with it. They know it's there, they know how to use it, and they know they need to help people with it. They need to find some way to help people with that darkness. Like, I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, but that's why I think the characters are the best part of Kingdom Hearts.
Interesting. All right. Well, what do you think is the worst thing about the Kingdom Hearts series as a whole? What could be the worst thing?
The manga.
Explain. You're gonna have to massively elaborate on this.
Okay, the reason I think the manga is the worst part of the entire Kingdom Hearts series is because it's nothing like the games and it doesn't, it is purely comedic. There is almost no serious parts in the manga.
I mean, it's only when like Sora's sacrifice and like the fights itself.
They still make that funny in the manga. It is not supposed to be a real manga. It is not supposed to be at this point, I would say it's not even supposed to be Kingdom Hearts. It's just supposed to be spoof.
Look, all I will say is, I think for the reaching the memories part, yeah, that one is massively comedic.
Oh, yeah, just the manga and a little that it that uh extends out into the novel as well. It's just it's not it doesn't click with Kingdom Hearts. And if you want a good idea of the story, it is not a good idea to read the manga or read the novels. It's a bad idea.
All right. All right. Now this one, the next part is just discussing the worlds of Kingdom Hearts. So we're gonna go world by world, sort of.
Oh man, that's gonna take a
I
long
know. So
time.
what I'm gonna do is, if a world has appeared, say with Agrabah, for example, we're gonna definitely do Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 only. We're not adding Rechain, Recoded. Like Recoded, we're skipping it almost completely, only because it's a bunch of the same worlds. If they're
Okay,
too
honestly,
similar,
Recoded sucked.
if they're too similar, like Atlantic, we're definitely skipping Kingdom Hearts 2 for the sole reason that it is literally just the same plot, only added a few things from Kingdom Hearts 1. So that's how we're working with. So it will definitely cut a bunch of time with that. So the first one we're gonna go with is Destiny Island, since you only really play it in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah, yeah. Destiny Islands.
I think it was an interesting place to start off with. Granted, it
It
started
really
off
was.
in that other place, but the real tutorial was in Destiny Islands.
That is true. Um,
I don't think
Destiny
it took away
Islands.
anything. It was just like a normal thing until the when the world was swallowed, and it proved to
Yeah,
be a good final fighting area for a certain point.
it really was. But I think they could have done more with Destiny Islands. I know, everything was limited back when Kingdom Hearts was first made, but I still think more could have been done later when there's more resources, more materials to work with. Um,
Wait, like where?
Don't I'm just okay. So I'm just saying that Destiny Islands, in and of itself, is a good world, but they barely did anything with it. There was only that tutorial in Kingdom Hearts 1 and the final battle, again, in Kingdom Hearts 1. And there were a few little cutscenes, but there was no actual gameplay outside of uh, the tutorial and the final battle of Kingdom Hearts. And I think there should have been just a little more.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. Yeah, I guess sure. I don't think I had a problem with it. I think it was just basic tutorial. Didn't feel too convoluted. Didn't felt as long as Twilight Town, which we'll get to eventually.
Yeah. Oh, actually, there is one more thing I want to mention about Destiny Islands.
Go ahead.
What happened to Sora's mom? Where did she go?
Yeah,
Where did
that,
she go? And why did we never hear Sora's dad's voice?
it was just the mom. I think that's enough because otherwise, the memes. Anyway, next
Like,
up,
come on,
Traverse
come on.
Town. Traverse Town felt great because it felt like a place you can go back to meet more people and stuff.
It was a great hub, and I wish it had appeared more.
Well, it did in Dream
Because
Drop Distance. It added a
yeah, I
few new
know, but
places.
I wanted it to appear in Kingdom Hearts 2. As a hub, it would have been great in Kingdom Hearts 2. I know we had Radiant Gardens and Twilight Town in Kingdom Hearts 2, but we didn't have Traverse Town. And Traverse Town is just, it's a sentimental thing.
Now, I think when the Final Fantasy characters moved is when they obviously they weren't gonna use the Traverse Town.
Fair point.
All right. Next world, Wonderland.
All I have to say to Wonderland is no.
All I gotta say is
Just
it's a little
no.
too much.
I
Well, not a little too much. It's just the final boss is annoying. That's as much I'm gonna go with that.
I hate Trickmaster.
Yep, I think majority of us hate it.
The
Um,
Trickmaster can die.
I forgot what Tarzan's world was called. Was it Deep Jungle?
Something like that.
What do you thought about that world? I think that world. The only issue I had was I could get lost if I'm not told where to go.
I don't really have any comment for Deep Jungle. It was just kind of there in the first game.
It wasn't that bad. It definitely brought in interesting. Sadly, it was just there for one time, a one-time
Yeah,
thing.
it was a one time thing, and it really didn't make an impact.
I don't know. I mean, it started showing hallucinations with Sora.
That is true.
but I understand. All right, Olympus. What do you think?
Olympus Coliseum, Thebes, whatever you want to call it.
I think it was just Olympus Coliseum for now.
Okay, um, but just Olympus Coliseum was a great place to level up.
It was. I mean,
It,
it definitely helped. It's just it it takes time.
yeah, it's time consuming, but a lot of things in Kingdom Hearts 1 were time consuming.
Agreed. All right, Agrabah.
Personally, I'm a pretty big fan of Agrabah because Agrabah, I grew up just loving Aladdin. And
I think seeing Aladdin and fighting alongside him was definitely worth it a lot. So I don't mind Aladdin's world. I think it was the best, accurately looking place.
yeah, um, honestly, I just like Agrabah because they did the movie so much justice.
What do you mean?
They didn't go completely crazy with trying to copy the storyline, but they still made it work. They made the characters act pretty darn much the same way in the game as they did the movies or the movie.
Yeah, I see. I mean, it shows like if certain events were different, it would have still played out the same, just not fully the same.
Yeah.
All right. I think it was a decent world. I honestly like a bunch of stuff. It felt like you were in Agrabah, honestly, like in the
Yeah.
movie, like you said.
Yeah.
So I did not mind. Um, Monstro, the whale, the killer whale.
First off, he was a sperm whale. And
Well,
second
it's
off,
a
I
killing
hate him.
whale since he eats ships instead of just he eats gummy ships for crying out loud. So it's killer.
But yeah, I just I hated Monstro so much. I got lost so many times in both Kingdom Hearts 1 and Dream Drop Distance.
Mm,
So many times.
I mean, yeah, you would struggle a lot with that, but I mean, it was okay, really.
Yeah, I mean, like everything looked the same no matter where in Monstro you were.
Yeah, that was really the
It's
only
so hard to
massive
navigate.
problem with it. That yeah, everything looked almost the same.
So there were no landmarks really to go off of. They fixed that a little in Dream Drop Distance, but it was still so difficult for me.
No, that yeah, it was a little bit difficult. So yeah, I don't think that Monstro was one of the best worlds. It was like like a side world, really.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
trying to think. Okay, Atlantic, but Kingdom Hearts 1, obviously.
Just like I said with Wonderland? No.
Wasn't that bad.
I mean, I like the swimming mechanics and I like them changing to match the world. That's cool. But just the way it all played out didn't work for me. It really just didn't work for me. I can't, I'll admit, I can't explain it all that well. It just didn't work for me very well.
Mm, I mean, it was fine. The story seemed unique. It's just the issue I had was the swimming mechanics, especially that fight with Ursula. It annoyed the heck out of me.
Oh, I hate Ursula so much.
Agreed. Halloween Town.
I love Halloween Town. For me, Halloween Town is just it's great because it was a refresher from the other Disney properties and because it's just so different from all of them. It's literally it's darker, but more figuratively, it's more whimsical. And I know Disney Castle has a very weird shaped castle, but you, you gotta admit, the whimsy that comes with Jack Skellington cannot be paralleled.
Hmm. Yeah. What else? What else? Peter Pan. Oh wait, I didn't even talk about
True.
Halloween Town. I almost forgot about
Oh,
myself.
yeah.
No, I okay. What I liked was the unique because in the Halloween in the movie it was just more focused on the Christmas stuff, but we went into the more Halloween themed stuff. So I love the story and I definitely love the area. It's just it took me one whole freaking year to figure out where to go, how to find the dumb mayor. But other than that, I really did enjoy that place. It felt Halloweenish. It didn't feel something was out of place or nothing. It felt unique to the world. Heck, even Sora and Don Goofy dressed occasional to the world.
That is true. That is another great reason to love Halloween Town.
Yeah. All right, now we can go to Peter Pan. I'll go first. I love that you can fly. That's the only real world you can actually fly around without it being a limited thing. I love that the pirate ship. I did got lost a bit, but it was still unique. It was a pirate ship. The deck looks amazing. The clock tower, beautiful, and the way everything else looks. The issue is if you don't know where that safe point is, you're never getting out of there.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was a good world.
Yeah, I gotta agree on that point. If you don't know where that save point in on the clock tower is, you can't get back to the clock tower. I found that out the hard way.
Yep.
Yeah, because I tried and I tried to get back to that clock tower, but I just couldn't find a way because I didn't save at the clock tower.
Yep. Hollow Bastion. Pretty Radiant Garden from Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah. I think just for time we should probably mush them together.
Well, nah, because the Hollow Bastion definitely changed from Radiant Garden. Like, they both look too different.
That is a good point. And since we're separating them, Hollow Bastion was a really great final world. I really did like it.
It wasn't
And
the
its
final
pacing.
world. Literally, the final world is the
Oh,
final world.
that's true. That is
Yeah, I
true.
understand where you're going with.
But I just mean pre-final world, it was a good last world. Does that is that better?
Yeah, you can say that. But all right. Well, I liked it. Although it did got me lost that stupid maze. It was fine, honestly. It wasn't that big of a difference.
Yeah.
What about literally the end of the world, the final world for Kingdom Hearts 1?
Annoying. 100% annoying.
How? Wait, how? I actually did like it. So
Just
you
all
explain.
those battles. It was so frustrating. I kept dying.
Mm, sort of. I mean, it had unique fights because there was still a bunch of boss fights before the final fight, so it felt unique.
I mean, all the Kingdom Hearts games have a bunch of fights before the final battle.
Yeah, but
And you have to fight the same boss
Scala
essentially like
and
8 times.
Kylo or Kylum. whatever it's called.
Glad
That one
Colin
had
was just
one
upset.
big boss fight before the final boss fight.
Good point.
So yeah, I understand your point, but I just think it's unique. All right, we're stepping out of that. We're going into Kingdom Hearts: Rechain of Memories, Castle Oblivion on its own. No inside cards because they're literally the same as the worlds we just spoke of. So, what do you think about Castle Oblivion itself?
Pure hatred.
I don't think much.
It's
It's
so.
just normal castle, not really much. Hell,
I
even
just. I
the basement wasn't even unique. It was literally just the same, just you're going up.
True.
So
But
it
like,
wasn't like super great.
yeah, like my main reasoning for not liking Castle Oblivion is just because to find is to lose and to lose is to find. Come on, Marluxia. Come on, Nominee. Couldn't you think of anything better to do to Sora?
Well, it had to do a lot with memory, so.
Yeah, that is true, but still.
All right. Well, obviously that's the only thing with Rechain of Memories. I would say 358, but it has a bunch of Kingdom Hearts too, so we're combining them. So
Yeah.
Twilight
I would
Town.
say
That one you want to talk about definitely.
okay, yeah, Twilight Town. I did like Twilight Town a lot. It was a good semi-hub world. And then in Kingdom Hearts 3 became a very great hub world where you could just go back and kind of chill out after some very annoying worlds. One in particular, which we're going to talk about later.
Hmm. All right.
I think you know which one it is.
Yeah, probably. I thought it was a good tutorial place, but it annoyed me because it was actually long, the tutorial. And it was actually very peaceful. Unlike Trevor's Stone, I think this one had more with citizens and more like a normal life. More moderate.
Yeah, that's true. And I really hate to cut this short, but uh, I am afraid that I have to go.
No, go ahead. I'll
Yeah.
just I'll continue on from here on my own.
All right. Sorry about this.
Nah, go ahead.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right, so continuing along with me, I will actually just continue it on my own from here on out, but which is fine because this is supposed to be a long discussion on the entire Kingdom Hearts series. So next up on the list, it would be Radiant Garden, like Kingdom Hearts 2 Hollow Bastion. That place was pretty unique. It had a big giant layout. It was a the place literally looks so different, like more populated thanks to Maleficent being gone. It felt its own world. Unlike Hollow Bastion, that it was the villain's lair on the first one, it felt unique in the second one. Halloween Town the second time, more like Christmas Town, it was okay. Wasn't that big. Mulan's world was unique. It felt like China, sort of. Ancient China. Let's put it like that. Lion King, the Pride Lands, best thing ever. You literally are going through the Pride Lands, the big, giant, long, freaking rocks, rocky lands, the forest, literally the Pride Lands themselves. Good thing overall. Um, Agrabah again, but this time it had a bit of a change. Like it expanded more on a different area, more sandy places, um, more of Agrabah's streets. It didn't feel like just going straight. Honestly, it felt it expanded itself, and the Cave of Wonders expanded itself as well. Uh, Olympus Coliseum, not much of a change aside from the Underworld tournaments, which definitely did change everything because it's like it changed the way of fighting in because you had to do with coins and stuff. What else? What else? Honestly, Tron's world was very unique. It was unexpected, honestly. Um, And Beast Castle, what I expect, it's a castle. It wasn't that unique, but it wasn't that bad either. Lastly, I'm not talking about Atlantica because that was no need to talk about that one. I'm trying to think if I'm not forgetting anything. Oh, Pirates of the Caribbean. How could I forget about that? Best world because you get to pilot the ship, protect it. You don't get to do as much like in Kingdom Hearts 3, but you get to do a lot still. Um, I think the pirates were unique on how to take them down because they weren't that easy. If they're not in the moon, you can't take them down. So I made it a little bit more of a unique gameplay wise, but it was pretty cool. And the world that never was, best villain layer looking next to the end of the world because it just shows you this is the big boss. This is who we have to fight next. But all right, I will talk about the other world, but I think I'm just gonna end up repeating myself a lot, so we'll just skip that. We'll have a discussion of the Kingdom Hearts worlds again, but with more of which one of them had the best. Now, what do I think about Kingdom Hearts 4? That which is the last topic. Honestly, I think Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be the one that will start the new saga, the Foreteller saga, and I'm excited. We need to know who Subject X is, which is probably going to be one of the Union people, one of the people in Union Cross. We need to know if Strelitzia is ever going to reunite with Marluxia, aka Lorium. Uh, we need to see what the Masters what happened to him, and a bunch of stuff. But there's going to be a lot of theories on it. Anyway, this is GreenWarrior291 sending out. Thanks for listening to this discussion. We'll see y'all next time. Well, I'll see y'all next time.